It's time for another Pokemon market update. This week we've got Dittos coming out in force. Not sure if it has anything to do with the release of Pokopia. Probably. People are playing Pokopia, getting attached to Ditto, and then going out and buying some singles that they overlooked, like this one from the Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery. As we covered last week, there's a ton of upward momentum at the top of the Pokemon market right now, as well as the Magic market, and it's also trickling down to cards at much different price point than Moonbreon or Bubble Mew or 151 Charizard, etc. So we'll start our Ditto roundup with the Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery printing of Ditto, which is exploding in price this week. This debuted in early 2023 and went as low as $2 to $3 at one point shortly thereafter. Midway through last year, it first began to tick up, moving up to $5 and slowly inching up from there. But fast forward to March 2026 and the brakes have officially been cut. Ditto is up in the past 2 weeks from $8 to a market price of $16 and climbing. This is Ditto week, but we're going to have to take a moment here and add this for posterity. Like 151 before, we're watching the entire Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery explode in price right now. Mew has gone from $35 at the beginning of the year to $55, and Mewtwo V-Star just starting to really move, going from $190 at the beginning of the month to $215 today, with momentum really showing. Giratina V-Star Secret and Arceus V-Star Secret, some of the best cards in Sword and Shield in my opinion, are at $230 and $130 respectively, also starting to post increasing gains. Now we got a especially sus Ditto here out of XY. Back to your regularly scheduled Ditto. This fairly old XY printing of Ditto has gone nuts recently. After spending a full 5 years between 2021 and 2026 at a flat $5 to $10, Ditto has exploded ever since. The climb on this actually began almost a year ago when the card started moving from $10 to $15 and then to $20 in short order. From there, the climb continued until the now familiar October 2025 peak of the Pokemon market, and since then it stayed pretty flat around $45, but the climb has begun again and supply has run low, with only a handful of lightly played or near mint copies left listed on TCG Player. The new price on this Ditto looks to be much closer to $90 or $100. Crazy. Next up, the set Triumphant, released way back in 2010 with a unique frame for some of its standouts, including the most expensive card in the set, the $400 Gengar Prime, which a year ago could be found in the $125 range. Now Mew Prime is beginning to really spike as well. It's been bought out below $300, which doesn't sound quite so insane until you realize that 6 months ago this Mew could be found for around $125. Meanwhile, Ditto from Triumphant is just gone. Not even sure if we can attribute this to a single buyout, as robust sales from the last 2 months show this Ditto is kind of steadily climbing to its current point, at least $40 for a near mint copy. Crazy. Cute little copy anything Ditto from the movie tie-in Detective Pikachu is frankly pretty bland. Straightforward card, straightforward effect, and overall fairly weak pink blob of Pokemon. Because it's from a somewhat more obscure Detective Pikachu release, there's some supply-related conditions that have helped this printing reach an all-time high today of just over $6. Speaking of gone, that's exactly what the Delta Species printing of Ditto is. A complete blackout at the moment on anything better than $150 moderately played copies. And lastly, the Boundaries Crossed printing of Ditto is also pushing across a new all-time high at $30. Clearly someone or a group of someone's out there has decided now was the time to complete their Ditto box, and here we are along for the ride. Certainly could be more of a buyout related to speculation around Pokopia, but I tend to think the singles market is less prone to not less prone to, but it's definitely more prone to buyouts than sealed product. But I don't think people are just going for random Ditto copies based on a video game release. Not what the investor bros typically go for. From what I can see in comments, the investor bros are typically ignorant to what's going on in the video game space, in the actual trading card game space. So I think this is basically just driven on people playing Pokopia, going out and buying Dittos. What do you think? Enough Ditto. Let's talk about a real hero of Pokemon, Psyduck. A recent Ascended Heroes printing of Psyduck's a happy little guy. And like a few other notable cards in Ascended Heroes, Gengar and Dragonite SIRs, Psyduck has done pretty well since the release of the ETBs. Since the beginning of March, when Psyduck hit a low point of around $60, it's been on a steady, slow incline up. Today you're looking at almost $90 for a copy of the Duck. On the promo side of the hobby, it's the Scarlet and Violet promo Charmander that's getting the brunt of the attention this week. It's been slowly climbing since the beginning of the year, but has broken containment in the last 2 weeks, along with so many other things in the market. What that means for Charmander is that it's gone from around $40 up to $65 and climbing in the span of just over a week. Personally, this is one of my favorite promos I don't yet own, so just seems like I too need to pick one up while they still have some available under $100. Whether it's Charizard, EX, from Obsidian Flames climbing from 88 to 103 in the past week, or the Stellar Crown illustration rare of Squirtle going from 95 to 100 in that same span, or any of the dozens of Dittos that are climbing in price at this very moment. The Pokemon market is hot right now, and 2026 is just getting started. That brings us to the First Partner Illustration Collection, which released recently. I'm not exactly sure when these officially released. It seems like it might have been as recent as a few days ago. This is when we went from about less than 100 sold per tick here to hundreds sold per tick, and then we go from 500 to 2,500 sold in the next tick, and these ticks are like 3-day ticks, whatever. This is disgusting. We've got basically a fun, I mean, it's not a fun pack, it's like a guaranteed illustration rare pack, so I guess it's kind of like 3 secret promos. They give it more like 3 secret full art promos, right? So I guess it's 3 promos in 2 packs if you think about it that way. $55. I mean, this is just gross, and they've got 560 of these things. Like, what is the meaning of this? I'm not exactly sure what these are supposed to MSRP for, but this is nowhere near $50. Anyways, I can't bear to look at this anymore. This is especially gross because this is a really cool set. The First Partner Collection is going to look really dope, and of course, if you play the video games, you love the starters, especially the ones that you played first. So this would be a really fun set to collect if it was more collectible, more accessible. Now let's take a look at Perfect Order. This is going to release in about 6 days, just under a week, and stuff's already kind of settling in. I want to say these were up higher recently. Yeah, kind of topped out around 250, and now Booster Box is selling around 230 in the pre-sale market. I wouldn't be jumping on any of that stuff. I bet you that stuff's going to sit on shelves in Walmart. The scalpers are not going to be grabbing that in as much force as they're picking up this stuff. Ascended Heroes. Mega Evolutions set 2.5, the first specialty set of Mega Evolutions, and this one's cooling off as well. We've got single packs coming down from their $15 highs right at the release, coming down about $13 right after release, and now about $11 including shipping for a pack of Ascended Heroes. And interestingly enough, we still have some pre-sale here that's going to trickle out. Mega Meganium for Alligator and Embor boxes have yet to release, as well as the booster bundles. And I just want to bring your attention to the booster bundles here. Selling at $110 per box is closer to $20 a pack. I want to say it's like 17, 18 bucks a pack. Not sure why. Not sure why people are picking these up for $100. I'm assuming investor bros, because the booster bundles are the most investable product of the specialty sets. It's compact, it's got nothing but packs, no fluff, no poster, no big card, no promo. So it's definitely some of that going on. I just think it's crazy. Why wouldn't you just pick up mini tins? Like, why wouldn't you just pick up something else? I mean, it's crazy to spend almost twice per pack just to get a booster bundle. Anyways, let's keep it rolling. We got Phantasmal Flames, Mega Evolutions set number 2. And, oops, I just want the sleeve booster. These booster boxes have been on an absolute tear, and they just won't stop. Up to 360 almost to get one shipped now on TCG Player. I don't know what is going on with this set. I felt like a nut job buying one of those for $275 like a week after release, and then the price tanked, almost hit $200. And now look at this. I mean, it's crazy. I wish I bought 2 at $275. What's going on? Anyways, one more set to talk about here. Mega Evolution set number 1, base set. And this one has also been on a bit of a ride with Phantasmal, just not quite as explosive. Still making some gains over the last couple days, over the last week. Now up to $285 if you want to get one shipped by Tim and Nick's cards on TCG Player. But that's all I had. I appreciate you watching. If you still are, thank you so much and have a great day.